All right, next on our list, winter boots. It's fall, and you know what that means. You got to drag out the old boots, and maybe you think about buying a new pair. We figured we'd get somebody here to help us out what boots are best for our body and our leg type. So we have style expert and author of the Chicken's Guide to Style, Lillian Vasquez, is here to reboot your boot wardrobe. All right, Lillian, let's go through the main, Liliana, I'm sorry. Let's go through the main problems when it comes to finding comfortable, flattering boots.
Well, what I think is interesting about boots is next to jeans, I think they're the second hardest thing to shop for. And it's because we all have different body issues, right? We think our legs are too short, our calves are too wide. So we have a solution for all of those common problems. So let's start with a problem that I have personally at just under 5 feet tall, short legs, okay?
Okay,
So there's two things you should look for. The easiest is to identify boots by color. So you want to look for something that kind of matches or is in the same tone of your skin. Just like a nude heel, it extends the line. So look for something in kind of a soft taupe color, kind of this camel color here. And we actually have a model in the audience. So this is Roxanne. And she's showing us the single most important detail to elongate your legs for boots, which is if you notice in the front, it dips down to create almost a V shape there. So what that's doing is it's extending the line of her natural leg to make her look a little bit taller. Right. So she looks taller, and then of course she's in a little short dress, which also helps her look taller. This fabulous outfits from Maurizia, and I think she looks perfect in these. These are from Steve Madden, and they're comfortable too.
Next, we're talking about a lot of people have this wide feet.
Yes, I would say this is probably the most common problem among women, and you tend to go up a size, but sometimes that causes the fit to really be off and they become uncomfortable. So two things here. One is you really want to look for a wider toe box, and the toe box is that front part of the boot here. So Vanessa is actually showing us a pair here. These are from Soul Society, and they're wide across her toe. But if you also notice, I didn't put her in a flat boot for a reason. If you have a wider foot and you do a flat boot, the whole foot looks wider. Yeah. So just having that little bit of lift in the back gives the illusion of a more narrow foot, and Vanessa looks great in these, and they're so comfortable.
Nice, very nice. All right, Vanessa. Then some women have like really skinny ankles.
Yeah, and you can be really self-conscious when you have really skinny ankles. So two things here also. You want to look for a boot like this. If you notice, this is going to hit you right above the ankle. So you don't want a boot like this that cuts under the ankle if you're trying to mask that. So make sure that it goes at least ½ an inch above the ankle. So Angie, will you show us the perfect boots? So these are perfect on her because if you notice, they have structure, so they stand up by themselves. If they're too slouchy, they're just going to highlight the skinny ankle. And another style tip here is if you tuck your jeans into the ankle boots, it really masks her skinny ankles. And again, it creates that long, lean line and evens everything out for her. And those boots are gorgeous also from Steve Madden.
Gorgeous, okay. By the way, I want to point out, all these women look beautiful. These are not flaws, it's just the way you are. So what makes you look best in the boot?
Exactly.
Next is, I have the same thing, wide calves.
Wide calves. So most important thing to know is your measurement when you walk into a store. A lot of stores like justfab.com actually have extended calf sizes on their website. But another trick is to shop for a boot that has a fabric panel in the back. So Susie's actually showing us these. These are also from Steve Madden. And if you turn around, you can see it's got a stretchy panel in the back. So that's giving her the room to accommodate a larger calf. They're also a zipper boot, which helps as well, and they zip all the way down to the bottom. They don't stop short at the ankle, so this gives her extra comfort and extra room in the back, and she looks great.
And they look great. They're absolutely beautiful. Okay. It seems like this season I'm seeing a lot of over-the-knee boots.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
Now, they can be very scary. You don't want to have a pretty woman moment when you're doing an over-the-knee boot. So what you want to do is look for one that's a little bit softer, so something like a suede kind of lessens that look, makes it less sexy. And you also want to look for one that has more of a stacked heel as opposed to a stiletto heel. And I'm 5 feet tall, and I'm wearing them, and I think they actually make me look taller. This is the kind of boot that you can wear whether you're tall or short.
So where do they end on you? I'm confused.
Should I show?
Yeah.
They end right there.
All right, so that's cute.
And if you wear them with shorter links, they really elongate the whole line of the leg. But this is the hottest boot for fall. These are from Aldo. They're fantastic. And they kind of fit all of the tips that we said about the wider toe box and the wider calf. So these would fit so many different types of women.
Fantastic. Liliana, I wear Uggs. So, I mean, that's mine. I like them. Is that okay?
Honestly, I think it's totally fine. I think you need to wear what's comfortable and what you feel good in. And does anything feel better than Uggs in the winter, honestly?
Nothing in my book. Thank you, Liliana, so much. For more information on snagging the perfect winter boots, go to MeredithVieiraShow.com.